If you like being shocked and awed, check out this music video. This is the just-released video of the song Born Free by the Sri Lankan and politically active musician MIA. The 6-minute-long video was pulled off YouTube in all likelihood for its really graphic depictions, which include a couple having sex, a little kid being shot point blank, and people kabooming via landmine. And joining us now to talk about the video and anyone who possesses delicate sensibilities is RT producer Lucy Kavanaugh. Lucy, this video, it doesn't seem as if anybody really has a concrete sense of what this is about.
Yeah.
And I guess, I don't know, maybe this adds to the mystique of the video. I don't know. Tell me
Sure.
about it.
I mean, we spent the better part of today and all evening yesterday trying to get in touch with MIA, her label, XL Recordings and Interscope, the director, Romain Gavras, who's no stranger to controversy. He also did the Justice, the French electronic duo video that had, this police violence, all of these allegations, sort of what was happening in France with the movement there, and, raised headlines all over the world. But basically the artist isn't commenting, and so we're all left to speculate. The irony is, however, as you mentioned, this video was pulled from YouTube, huge controversy all over the internet, and yet the mainstream networks are not covering this. I mean, rewind 2 weeks ago, in our newsroom, we have these flat screen panels set up where we have Fox, CNN, MSNBC, all these other channels. Everyone had Erykah Badu's video. So I saw Erykah Badu's pixelated behind probably, I don't know, 20 times, throughout the entire day, and yet nobody is talking about this video. Does it hit too close to home? I don't know, perhaps. And I think that's really the issue here. I mean, most countries that take part in these kinds of activities don't really like to acknowledge that, and I think a lot of viewers get uncomfortable when we see U.S. officials, as this video portrays Americans to wearing the SWAT teams with the U.S. flag and whatnot, engaging in these kinds of activities. We like to think that our leaders in our country are usually the good guys, and it's very disturbing when you see a video that sort of throws that into question.
There are a number of ways to interpret this video from what I've been reading about this video. There are a lot of different factors to consider, especially when it comes to a rapper, an artist such as MIA.
Mm-hmm.
She has made some very popular songs in the past, but I believe also she was named as Time's one of the Time's 100 most influential people of, I don't know, year or something like that. I forgot.
Something important.
Yeah, something like that. But there are a lot of different stories that could be woven and extrapolated from this video of why this video even exists. And I'm going back to her background, her ethnicity and all that. Explain that to us just a little bit more.
Sri Lankan, Tamil roots. I mean, right. the thing is, I think the reason that she left it vague is because it's the kind of video that strikes a nerve in almost everyone in the United States. It just depends on what issue you're paying attention to. We scoured the internet for comments in reaction to this to sort of put together a segment on that. And then, majority of people were very offended by the nudity. That was a big thing. A lot more offended by the nudity than the political implications of having, SWAT team guys with U.S. flags rounding up innocent ethnic minorities and making them run through a minefield. But, it could harken back to the Arizona situation. We just saw a package on the tough illegal immigration laws that are taking place there. And also the militarization of regular police activities in the U.S. I mean, this is not something that's frequently talked about, but we see more and more use of SWAT teams, of military-style police forces, going after individuals for nonviolent crimes like watching porn on your computer or drug offenses and whatnot. Not to mention the fact, does this harken to Abu Ghraib in the military conflict? And so whatever it is that bothers you, there's probably something in this video that stirs those emotions, which is why I think it's so powerful, which is why I also think it's important not to define it. I mean, the message of the video, it's clear. It's wake up. What it is that you're waking up to, that's for the viewer to decide.
Well, Lucy Kavanaugh, RT producer Lucy Kavanaugh, I think even if you were to call it powerful, that's kind of still an understatement. Thank you for joining.